Now, Dianne Feinstein is just these days a total model of hypocrisy. I mean, she's the person who, when the NSA was spying on 300 million Americans, was just outraged. How could they possibly? Oh, no, wait a minute. She wasn't outraged at all. She loved it. She said, well, there's very, very big bombs out there. What can we do? Oh, right. She was outraged when it turns out the intelligence community might have been spying in on her and her staff. And we covered that last week. She was very upset about it. How dare they spy in on us? Separation of powers. You have to respect people who are powerful. Now, our own citizens you could run roughshod over. Now, the drone program, I haven't seen her talk much about that, and I know that she's a big national security buff, and generally speaking, she's certainly not objected to when we do signature strikes in Pakistan and Yemen, and we kill people when we don't even know who they are, literally. We'll do killings based on whoever happens to be holding a cell phone. We have no idea who it is underneath, oftentimes. And signature strike, by definition, means we do not know who we are killing. Great. She didn't speak out about that. But it turns out now she is a little spooked about drones. Now, why is that? Well, she explains in a 60 Minutes report.
I'm in my home, and there's a demonstration out front, and I go to peek out the window, and there's a drone facing me. Well, whoever was running it turned it around quickly, and it crashed.
The demonstrators who were protesting government surveillance say it wasn't a drone, just a toy helicopter.
Wait a minute, you're droning on me? No, we drone on others. You don't drone on me. No, when you do it to me, I'm out. Did you guys know that this might be a violation of privacy? Oh, Dianne, I didn't know that. Thank you, Senator Feinstein, for realizing that once they pointed it at you. Besides which, it looks like it wasn't a drone at all. She's like, oh my God, it's a little toy helicopter. How could they do this to me? Oh, poor me. Now, all of a sudden, she's in favor of regulating drones. Let's find out.
This is a whole new world now, and it has many complications. And the question is, how does it all get sorted out? What is an appropriate law enforcement use for a drone? When do you have to have a warrant? When don't you have to have a warrant? What's the appropriate governmental use for a drone? When is a drone picture a benefit to society? When does it become stalking? When does it invade privacy? How close to a home can a drone go? It's going to have to come through regulation, perhaps regulation of size and type for private use. Secondly, some certification of the person that's going to operate it, and then some specific regulation on the kinds of uses it can be put to.
Now, when we're dropping bombs off of drones in Pakistan, Yemen, etc., she wasn't concerned about privacy. She wasn't concerned about any of this. She wasn't even concerned about, like, recently we bombed a wedding where dozens of people died. A wedding! Not concerned. Oh my God, there was a little toy helicopter that looked at me. All of a sudden, regulation. Wait a minute now, this thing has to be regulated. I mean, if you're gonna look at me, we need to regulate this thing. There's no empathy in these people whatsoever. I think that Dianne Feinstein confuses empathy for you should sympathize with me. No, empathy is when you sympathize with other people, Dianne. That's usually how it works. But apparently you are totally incapable of doing that. Well, I'm glad that somebody pointed a non-drone at her so she realizes the issues with drones. And I'm almost glad the CIA spied in on her so she recognizes the problems of the intelligence agencies spying in on all of us.